Hey sisters, it's Amy. In this video, I want to encourage you to create an atmosphere of peace in your home where everyone gets along for 24 hours on Sabbath. I'm going to read you from my book, 30-Day Sabbath Challenge. Don't let your children or others in your home have strife with one another. Set a tone of peace in your home on the Sabbath. Now, there might be all kinds of reasons why your home is not a peaceful home. People in your home might not be obeying the commands to honor their father and mother for children, for wives to respect their husbands, and for husbands to love their wives. And if that is going on, your house is not a shalomy place to be. I encourage you for 24 hours for Sabbath to make your home a shalomy place where people treat each other well. Maybe you and your husband have been going through a hard time and sort of at each other's throats lately. Maybe the children are disrespectful towards you, or often the children are disrespectful and unkind to one another. I encourage you to call your husband and say, look, I saw this lady and she says that we should all just give it a rest for 24 hours for Sabbath. Are you on board with that? Can we make that a family rule? And lay out what that means to you to give it a rest. I would suggest, for starters, no eye rolling, no bickering, nothing disrespectful, no cold shouldering. Think of specific behaviors that people in your house do and make those unallowed. And even if your husband doesn't keep the Sabbath, I think he's going to be all on board with this. And if he is, sit the kids down and say, okay, Daddy and I have a new rule. This is what we're not going to do. You will treat each other with love for the entire Sabbath, sundown to sundown. Everyone's going to get along. I think what's going to happen is at the end of the Sabbath, they're all, whether they admit it or not, it's going to be the best 24 hours they've had in a very long time. And they're going to look forward to the next Sabbath when everyone again gets along, because they're not allowed to treat each other poorly for 24 hours. Now, more importantly, over time, you want to change hearts, right? You don't want to just change outward behavior. You want to change their inward inclination towards loving kindness. But while you wait to change the inward, it's okay to change their outward behavior. Mostly I'm speaking of children, but with you and your husband, same thing. Even if you don't feel it on the inside, if you've been treating your husband poorly, give it a rest. Everyone's going to give it a rest for 24 hours and let your Sabbath be shalomy as it should be. So I'm cheering you on, sisters. Shabbat shalom.